Want to know one of the most liberating shifts that you can make in your plumbing business? Buy back your time. In this Potty Talk episode, we'll break down why your time is more valuable than you think, how delegating creates opportunity for others, and how all of this sets you up for the real prize, what I call the freedom lifestyle. Hey, plumbing pros, welcome to the 477th episode of Potty Talk, where we're taking it into the trenches, crawl spaces, basements, kitchens, and baths, all around this big, beautiful world of ours, talking the business of plumbing, how to have a thriving, self-sustaining, and very profitable plumbing business while having a life too. Mm-hmm. And that's the fun part there, is having a life too.
It's the important part.
You know, hey, sweetheart, it's good to have you here in this episode. Again, I love having you here in a chair next to me. Okay. Just fun having you here, but also the experience. Okay. All right.
Together, we've got over 60 years experience in the plumbing industry.
In this plumbing game. Okay. Seen it all, done it all.
60 years experience combined.
Yeah, there we go. All right. Well, we're talking about how to buy back your time. Okay. And grow your plumbing business. Okay.
Why we're here.
All right. That leads us to gold nugget number one. Okay. Your time is more valuable. If you're still the one answering phones, okay, running parts or doing every little task, you're burning up the most valuable asset you have, your time.
So true.
You can make more money, okay, but you can't make more time. So you got to know your real hourly rate. If your business does $500,000 a year and you work 2,000 hours, your time is worth $250 an hour. So why are you doing $20 an hour tasks? That's like a quarterback mowing the stadium lawn before the game, okay? It's not what wins, right? You got to get that.
Stop mowing the stadium lawn.
Stop mowing the stadium lawn. All right, which is what we're doing. You know, I mentioned an important thing there, and that was, knowing your hourly rate.
Yes,
okay.
Your true, honest hourly rate, as MDP calls it.
Right. Okay, and so it's knowing that, and that's really, it's really a simple concept, but we don't do it. Okay, but your honest hourly rate, and I call it your honest hourly rate because if you don't know why you're charging what you're charging, you're stealing from your customers. Okay, you're literally stealing. Well, I'm not charging what those big companies are charging. No, if you don't know why you're charging what you're charging, you're just pulling some numbers out of your arse or what everyone's doing. You're wrongfully charging your customer. Okay, you got to know why you're charging your customer. Okay, why you're charging what you're charging. If you don't, you're stealing from them. But more importantly, you're stealing from
your family.
Right on.
You're stealing from your family. Yes.
Okay.
This hits close to home for me because my brother-in-law, my sister's husband, had an HVAC business for 35 plus years. Yeah. He unfortunately passed away just a couple years ago, but for 35-ish years, he was the only one in the business. He was the only one. He never grew, never wanted to go out, never wanted to. And even, as we had our plumbing business and growing and, trying to, encourage him or give him pointers, he didn't want it.
And you could see, he would ask, how are you doing that? Whatever, but he just didn't do it. Right.
So, but what he was doing was he would not charge what he's worth. He wouldn't charge what he's worth. It's so low what he charged. So consequently, they barely got by. Not even barely. They didn't get by. My sister had to work another job just to keep regular income coming in. And then when he passed away, he left her completely destitute.
Yeah.
Completely destitute. After having a business for 35 years. And so she now, as a widow, must work. She didn't have any assets or anything. So that's what happened. So for 35 years, that's what he was doing by not charging what he should have been charging to run at a minimum sustaining HVAC business. He undercharged because he kept saying, my customers won't pay that. I can't charge that to little old lady. I can't charge this. I can't charge that.
I'm not going to rip these people off like the big companies.
But what he was doing is ripping off my sister. Yes. He was ripping off their family. Yep. By not charging what he should have been charging. So he was more concerned about what the little old lady down the street, where he was, doing some HVAC work, what she thought, or people she may have spoken with, as opposed to his family. Right. So he was stealing from his family.
Right.
So
exactly. Mic drop. Right there. So if you're not charging an honest hourly rate, considering all your time, all your expenses and plenty of profit.
Yes.
You're stealing not just from your customers, you're stealing from your family, which is the most important thing.
Correct.
Okay, nothing else said there.
Right.
All right, move on from there. But next point I want to make is, you focus on CEO work. Okay, your top priority should be high value activities. Okay, setting strategy, building your team, driving revenue. Okay, these are the plays that move the ball down the field. Okay, not doing another water heater. Okay, or what's the new water heater skills? Okay, or what's the new crimping equipment? What right? Or get a new. That's all. Of course, get that, but that's not what's going to move your company, your business down the road. Okay,
Yes.
all right. You got. And that leads to you. I mean, we talk about this in the Success Academy a lot. To get your butt out of the truck.
Yes.
Gotta get your butt out of the truck. Okay. Stop. You're killing your business by working in the business,
Yes.
meaning turning a wrench, doing this work, whatever, going out to the job site. You're killing your business.
If you stay there, you're killing your
Right.
business.
All right. We got to get your butt out of the truck to work on the business. Okay. And you've said this all the time, and I've said it, and we're strong on this. If you really love, I love plumbing, get your ass out of the plumbing business. Because you're killing your family, you're hurting your family, and you're stupid. You don't have the right stuff to be able to make a business. I know I can have strong words, but I want you to, for the guys that can hear it, the one of you that will hear this, make you, it will change your family's life forever and your grandchildren and make you a multimillionaire. I want you to hear that. The others that say, well, he's just called me stupid because I love plumbing. Move on down the road, okay? I don't care, all right? All right, but we got. If you do love plumbing, go be a good plumber for someone else, okay? Stop the business because you're going to fail and you're going to fail your family, okay?
Yep.
All right? Get your butt out of the truck. In fact, the guys that we hear that do well, the ones that tell me that they're tired of plumbing.
Yes.
They're going to make it.
Yep.
They're going to make it, okay? Which cuts to, cut the guilt, okay? Too many owners feel guilty stepping away from low-value work and out of the truck, but buying back your time isn't lazy, okay? It's leadership. It's the only way to grow without grinding yourself into the ground, okay? And that's the big thing. You can feel guilty. You'll feel guilty for being out of the truck,
Yeah. Or feel guilty for hiring someone to do something else, right? Which I know we're going to talk about. Yeah, you can feel guilty because this is a new role for you. And we talk about this all the time, is going from plumber to plumbing business CEO. This is a whole new role for you to embrace and figure out and learn. And we get it. It will take a little bit.
Well, it's the thing of, I'm a working man. I'm a working man. And working man's, that's good. It's got you to where you are, okay? But no, I work with my hands. I'm a working man. No, we got to if you want to work with your hands, again, cut the freaking business because you're hurting your family, all right? And go be a good plumber and use your hands, okay? But if you'll take that discipline, okay, that made you such a good worker with your hands and use that for the business, you will be successful because the business needs that discipline. So it's not saying stop working, it's just working in a different way. The business needs you to work in a different way.
It has to have that.
Your guys can do the plumbing part and work with your hands. You've paid your dues. That's the one way I like to try to help my guys out of it, out of this. You've paid your dues.
Right.
You've paid your dues. Okay? All right? Now you need to use that experience to help the other guys do well at their craft. Okay? And you focus on the business. Okay? It's kind of like becoming a manager. After you've been a player, becoming a manager or GM. Okay? That kind of a thing, okay?
Yeah, like movie Moneyball. That's a good one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, good business movie, too.
So, if you're overwhelmed by the day-to-day grind of running your plumbing business, you're not alone. Did you know that 95% of plumbing businesses fail in the first 3 years? And the ones that survive, well, they're just barely getting by. Truth is, you probably weren't taught how to run a business. You were taught how to plumb, but not how to price, hire, sell, or grow a plumbing business. That's exactly why I created the $1 Million Plumber Success Academy, to teach you the business side of plumbing. From pricing and sales to hiring and marketing, we cover everything you need to know. With over 150 training videos, live weekly coaching calls, and a community of plumbing pros just like you, you'll finally have the tools and the support to build a business that gives you freedom and profit, and lots of both. Since launching the Success Academy in 2018, I've helped hundreds of plumbing business owners build plumbing businesses that thrive, providing both financial success and personal freedom. The Success Academy is the original, and I've spent years perfecting my system to make it work quick and simple. So,
If you're ready to transform your plumbing business, or more directly put, if you're ready to stop the suck and start your success, book a call with my team today and plumb like a champion.
You know, cut the guilt, okay? Cut the guilt, all right? Gold nugget number 2, okay? Give someone a job. Okay, when you delegate, you're not just freeing yourself, you're creating opportunity for someone else, okay, which leads me to our first point, okay? Create roles, not chores, okay? Don't just dump tasks on someone. Give them clear responsibility, authority, okay, and training so they can own it and thrive, okay? All right? I like to think about, creating the roles, okay? And I will add in there, make them responsible. That's what I did, with our plumbers, and I really, try to train is make your plumbers responsible for everything. Okay, give them the responsibility, the expectation. Okay, now give them boundaries and guidelines, that kind of thing. Okay, but make them responsible. So what do I mean by that? It's like I made them responsible to make sure they had parts on their trucks.
Right.
That's why I didn't do wanding. First of all, the whole wanding parts that guys won't do it.
A wanding system on the inventory truck.
But right. A wanding system, then they say, well, if it's not on there, then it's not my fault. It's the wand's fault. Okay. By the way, they won't do it. Okay. I just simply made it their responsibility to have the parts on the truck, and the parts got on the truck because it was their responsibility. Because the first time there weren't parts on the truck, they heard from me. Okay. And the next time there weren't parts on the truck, they were let go. They were gone. Okay, you got to be that kind of a way. Responsible for the customer all the way through getting the permits, starting that paperwork, doing that kind of stuff. Okay, responsible for the job. I won't go off here, but I've told the story of the guys that just an average tech that took responsibility when a job went south. I never even know about it because we built a culture that they were responsible.
Because if not, they're going to be calling you all the time.
Right.
If you don't build that, those boundaries and those rules, guidelines, and your phone's going to be ringing off the hook like a crazy person because these guys don't know how, or you've trained them on how not to make a decision, or if they do make a decision, they know they're going to get in trouble because you reamed them out or whatever it might be, right? So give them responsibility, give them the boundaries that they need, but give them responsibility, and that will free you up. If you are complaining all the time that your phone's ringing all the time from the guys calling you and always needing kind of stuff, it's your fault. You trained them that way.
Right.
Untrain them.
Okay. So you want to invest in people. Okay. A great CSR or service manager is an investment that will multiply your revenue and your freedom. Okay. Your job is to coach them to win. All right. Not to do the work. Okay. So I know, I thought of you that, you speak on this a lot, okay? That, you're best at, your task or whatever, and I can just get it done, but then just figuring out how to do it and teaching someone else to do it, that takes some time, but all the time that it gives you in the future.
That you get back, right? Yeah. So if there's these little tasks that take you maybe 5 or 10 minutes a day, whatever, but you have to do them every day, and it's something that can be handed off to someone. In the beginning, it may take a little bit to either build out a training video or to train a person. It's going to take a little bit, so it takes more of your time in the beginning, but after a short period of time, this person's taken it over. You've gained back 5 to 10 minutes every day, every week, every month, every year. That's how that works. So giving someone responsibilities, it creates time out of thin air for you.
Yes. So we talk about building wealth here, right? It's not financial wealth, lots of dollars, okay, but time wealth,
right?
Lots of minutes.
Lots of minutes.
Okay, so that's what you need to do. Okay, so you need to think like a builder. Okay, every role that you fill takes a brick off your back. Okay, and adds one to your business foundation. Okay, before long, you build a structure that stands without you having to hold it up. And that's the thing, and that's where you want to be.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Okay, so so if you want to thriving, self-sustaining, very profitable plumbing business. Okay, and self-sustaining meaning able to run without you.
Right.
Okay, that's the key word right there. Okay, you got to put these building blocks or bricks in place.
Yes. And that's what if you're looking to eventually sell your plumbing business, which is a great thing. If you are, that's the first thing they're going to ask. That is the very first thing they're going to ask. Can this business run without you?
Right.
And if not, if it's, well, no, the guys need to call me to get pricing.
Because I'm so important.
Because I'm so important. Or, some of my customers only want me. Or I'm the one who best answers the phone because I know how to talk to my customers. Your business isn't worth anything to these guys.
Right.
It's worth nothing. They need to come in and see, man, you seem to take a lot of vacation. Well, yeah, I can because this thing runs without me. That makes it valuable. That's what makes your company valuable. And it's going to make you, if you do sell your business, a lot of money for you and your family.
Right. Exactly. Ultimately, leading to our gold nugget number 3, okay? The freedom lifestyle. The freedom lifestyle is the real goal, okay? Not more hours, not more hustle, but freedom to live life on your terms. And in order to do that, you got to define freedom, what freedom is for you, okay? Is it picking your kids up from school every day, or traveling, serving in your community? Know what you're building towards so you don't get trapped in endless work. And that is so key. You got to know where you're going. Okay. We talk about, about that in the Success Academy.
Freedom lifestyle, baby.
And one of the things we talk about is doing your daily GPS. Okay. Which, guys, isn't doing a little diary. I know I always picture I had a sister. You ever had a little diary? I remember she had a little pink diary with a little clasp, that kind of a thing. Or whatever. It's like,
I had one.
Thought it was so. Anyways, so
well,
I'm not.
Girly.
It is girly. I'm not talking about that. But what we call it a daily GPS.
Yes.
Where you're stating who you are, what your company already is.
You're writing down. Yes.
Yes.
You're projecting future things about you and your business, right? But you're saying what you want. You're writing those things down, and that is important. Because if not, you're going to forget why you had the plumbing business in the first place,
right.
or you're just not going to focus on it, and then it just becomes the
job
thing. Yeah,
you get trapped in the job, and believe me, the business will suck you in.
Yeah.
Okay, that's we talk about complexity creep and those kinds of things, and it wants to just suck you in. Okay, but that's why you need that daily GPS, and it's daily. Okay.
Writing it down.
So it reminds you before everything hits the fan, okay, why you're doing what you're doing and where you're headed. Okay?
Yep.
It's so important, okay? It's so important to let the business run without you. Okay? Systems plus people equals a business that doesn't need you 24/7. That's when you know you've made the shift from plumber to owner, okay? When it's able to run without you. Okay? That is so important. Okay? And the key word in there, and I picked up and I almost stopped there, was let. I was afraid I would have gone off on a tangent there, but it's let. Let others, let the company run. Let others run. That's the big thing there. There's a tendency to want to come in and, well, no one can do it as good as me. I mean, that will always kind of be there. Or I need to take care of this. Okay, even I want to. There's some things that are just. I like
to do.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is fine.
Right.
I mean, that's fine. But you've got to define, like we just talked about, you got to define why you have this plumbing business in the first place. Right. Is it to give you time freedom so that you can do all these other things? Or, it could be that, I do want to be in the plumbing business day to day. I want to be a part of it. That's fine. But you've also it's fine if you're not looking to necessarily sell your plumbing business. Right. Again, if the plumbing business absolutely needs you, your plumbing business is not valuable to those who are buying it. Okay. But you've got to know your why. If you're like, man, I love this. I love being a part of this business. I love what I've grown. I want to be in it until, I retire or I hand it off to my kids. They don't want it. Or I just close it up because I'm done. That's your why. It's your plumbing business. You can do whatever you want with it, but you have to know what that is. But if you are looking for time freedom lifestyle, all those things, the business needs to run. You need to let the business run without you. If you've built the systems, put the things in place that are needed, then let it do its thing, right? And then practice. I don't know if you're going to talk about that, but practice taking a vacation for a 4-day weekend, a Friday through a Monday. And just see Friday and Monday, did everything work out okay? Okay, if that worked out, then the next time, take a 5-day vacation, Monday through Friday. See what fell
break?
apart. Yeah, see what breaks. Did the wheels come off the whole thing? And if so, then you know you've got some systems that you need to put in place, or you need to work on, or you need to improve, or need to reinstill into your staff, whatever it might be. Practice the freedom lifestyle if that's what you're wanting to do. And we think, again, most of the people that are watching Potty Talk and invest in watching Potty Talk want that freedom lifestyle. So start practicing it. Practicing what it would be like, and then when something breaks, come back, fix it, and then do it again.
I know that's, we push, our clients to do that kind of a thing. So because it builds confidence. Because even when you see when something breaks, you see that, okay, it was easy for me. The business didn't go out of business,
right?
And I can easily fix that. So it is good to find out what breaks because it allows you to fix it.
Yes.
All right. But it winds up giving you confidence. Before you know it, you got the freedom lifestyle.
Yes.
Which then leads to my final point here is you need to protect it. Freedom can slip away. If you keep, jumping back in the truck, you need to protect your time like your profit because it is, your profit in life. Okay, that's what you have. It's time. Yeah. Okay, so you got to protect it. Other stuff will call it slips so quick. So quickly can happen. One of the things that can so quickly happen is the guys calling you, which will rob you of your time, which will steal your time
and make you crazy.
And so the one call, so just letting it happen. I'll just take the one call and let it happen. Nope, it'll happen again from that guy and the next guy, and it just all of a sudden now they're calling you again. It's so easy to lose it. Okay, so once you stop taking the calls and make the guys responsible, and they're not calling you for everything. You got to keep it that way.
Right.
Okay. So you really got to protect it. Okay.
Yeah, because you're training them how you want to be treated. You're training them on how to behave. Whatever you're allowing is they're gonna what is it? Give an inch and take a mile.
Take a mile. Guys will take 2 miles
at least.
It's just
the nature of the beast.
All right. So, hey, sweetheart, let's recap what we've covered here today. Okay. In order to buy back your time and grow your plumbing business, understand your time is more valuable. Okay, stop trading hours for tasks that don't move your business forward. Focus on CEO level work. Give someone a job. Delegating is creating opportunity, building a stronger team, and freeing yourself to lead. And finally, create your freedom lifestyle. The goal is to own your life, not just your job. Build systems and a team so the business works for you and not the other way around. All right, there we go. All right, and if you're ready for that, okay, you're ready to fast track your freedom lifestyle, okay? If you're done guessing, done grinding, and ready to build a real plumbing business that gives you both profit and peace, hey, book a free strategy call with one of my team, okay? We'll get you pointed in the right direction, all right? So that you can build a plumbing business that works for you, like we said, works for you and not the other way around, okay? Simply click the link in the show notes or go to milliondollarplumber.com/call to schedule your free strategy call. All right, there we go, sweetheart. Okay. A lot of stuff there. Okay, we could go on and on about this.
Yes.
Okay, but this is very, very, very important. Okay, so maybe go back and listen to it. Okay, but before we let you go, before you do go back and listen to it, I want to remind you that you were purposely and wonderfully created, and you were created to do great things. So plumb like a champion.
Bye, everybody.